I want to give all praise Yahweh Shem Yahshua Bashim Kakadash. This relates to more news. These are the HUD reports I was talking about. Trump seeks to $33.6 billion cut to HUD. Proposed cuts to housing programs could affect millions. Experts warn. That's Washington Post. That's National Association. And for fiscal year 2026. percent cut, 40% / cuts. Also, pretty much take away related to permanent housing, especially for like chronically homeless individuals. So, the fiscal 2026 budget request eviscerates HUD eviscerates with a 43.6% HUD cuts for next year, fiscal year 2026. And they want to skinny the bill. They want to skinny the funding and the different things, man. That's why these Doge and different programs, Doge was formed to cut relating to skinnying, relating to what they can save or what they can cut, man. So that's different reports there. Trump proposed would cut rental assistance and other programs to provide housing stability, man. Trump aims to cut funding 44%, reshape the housing assistance. He wants to skinny and trim it down, man. And also related to that 40% related to where the states start picking up more of the slack. Section 8 faces a $26.7 billion cut under the Trump proposal. These are different reports, man. Different reports I'm showing you. And you're going to have protests relating to that. Housing advocates come against that. They're going to come against that, of course, obviously. Let's go to news real quick. There's a quote I seen, to be America's enemy is dangerous, but to be a friend of America is fatal. That's Henry Kissinger. That was a quote by Henry Kissinger. And it may be fatal on some levels, you know what I mean? In dangerous times. That's a quote by Henry Kissinger. Just put that out. Seen that yesterday somewhere on a comment. I see some report. Let me say, major Chinese financial deal backfires on U.S. banks and CEOs. I see something with a 17.2 billion relating to treasuries and different things. So China relating to treasuries. So selling off assets and treasuries. All right. New pope selected on the first day of the no pope is selected on the first day. The black smoke means no pope is still no decision on the pope. The white smoke means they chosen a pope. Prime Minister Pakistan related to art of war. I mean, not art of war, but what's the word I want? Relating to state of war, relating Pakistan and India. You know what I mean? So intensifications, UK, US, China urge related to those both nuclear power nations to show restraint. break-in, 78 people detained by NYP, Columbia University. So protests, you have protests at the University of Washington where they try to occupy relating to the university. So many were arrested, 25 and plus. Now these campuses over relating to the Gaza. That's what you've seen with that. Today officially relates to the real ID. And I believe Kristi Noem says you may be able to still get on planes if you don't have the real ID, but you probably need some other forms of documentations. So relates to that. Why Trump is considering deporting migrants to Libya. You have Trump nominates Dr. Casey for Surgeon General. Trump's Medicaid cuts could close long-term care facilities in Washington, Catwell. So Medicare and Republicans warn Trump relating to Medicare and Medicaid relating to cuts. A stern warning to Trump about that. I was on the report. Trump says he will not lower tariffs to begin talks with China on Saturday. They're going to begin talks with China on Saturday. 3 Mississippi officer acquitted and beaten death of Tyree Nichols after he fled a traffic stop. I believe it was 3 cops. Video of Chandler road rage shooting victim used during the hearing. Road rage case, Karen Reed relating to murder trial. Trump meets Canadian Prime Minister as U.S. China trade talks near, rising tensions trying to, relate to the tariffs. Speaking of trucks, you're seeing a lot of people quitting. You're seeing a lot of videos related to shortages are coming. You have truck drivers quitting. So that can affect their jobs. The ports, supplies, different things. A lot of people don't understand the trucks, man. There's not enough stuff for the trucks to load up to deliver things. You won't get certain things in these stores. If you notice certain things in these stores, and the shelf aisles are becoming scarce, man, slowly scarce. Scripture says suddenly the selling places are unsold, and the storehouses are empty, man. So you see in storehouses becoming empty, man. Supplies, victuals, different things. So the supplies they do have in the back, they only gonna last for so long, man. Until more come in. Suddenly the storehouses shall be found empty, man. And that's what's gonna happen. You're gonna see the storehouses be found empty, man. What else you got? This is just quick news. Hope that helped relating to information. Just want to go show that relating to that. I hope it helps. Zayah Will Shawwal.